Hello, good morning from El Chorro. We've got the sun here this morning, but it's very wet on the ground after a heavy night rain. So I'm up on a table to join you undercover for a 30-minute yoga lattes. So a nice blend of Pilates and yoga together. So let's get started on our mats. You can see the nice mountains in the background here. We've been climbing on our trip, which has been wonderful. Hopefully out there today and it doesn't rain again. Bring the soles of your feet together. And you're just going to sit your spine up tall, either hold your thighs, your shins, your ankles, wherever's easy. So you give yourself a little support, pull lightly against your legs and see if you can find the highest spot on your sit bones and let that height travel all the way up through your torso, out to the top of your head. Close your eyes for a moment and feel your breath drawing in and out through the nose. So keeping your lips sealed. Breathe in taller. Breathe out any stresses or worries that are going to inhibit your practice. See if you can bring each breath yourself a little closer to a calm starting point. One more of those. Opening your eyes and taking one hand towards your feet or the opposite ankle and take the other hand behind for a seated twist with your legs open still. And the leg that you're turning away from, let the thigh bone be heavy. See if you can turn your chin more toward the back shoulder. On an inhale, come back to center and switch sides. So you're taking the other hand round toward the other ankle. I'm on my fingertips on the back hand to help keep the spine tall, so I don't need to lean back or round. So keep the central line of your body tall through to the top of your head. Use your exhales to wring out any stiffness you're feeling in your spine, resisting. Exhale and draw in a little deeper. And then inhale back to center again. Then take your right knee across to your left knee. Straighten out your left arm, lying down on your side. Put your right fingertips on the floor in front of you for some support. Keeping your feet touching, open your right knee and close. Keep your right hip facing forwards as the knee opens so that the pelvis doesn't turn. Do that one more time, just the opening of the leg and closing. Now we're adding a leg extension, so open, then extend from the knee, keeping your thigh bone steady. Bend so the feet come back together, knees back together. So you open, extend, bend, close. 3 more, open, extend, bend, close. 2. And 1. And then push down through your arms, come up and cross what was the top leg there. So it should be your right leg. Cross your right leg in front. Try and wriggle your feet across so that your shin bones lie next to each other and take a little forward bend. Right leg crossed in front of left leg. Move forwards to a point where you feel there's a stretch in the back of the hips, maybe in your thighs. And then make your way back up again. Bring the soles of your feet together. Sit tall. And then cross your left knee across to your right knee. Right arm out straight, so you're lying on your side. Try and let there be a little lift in the curve of your waist and keep your feet together as your knee opens. We're coming into oyster. So it's like an oyster shell opening and closing. Sometimes it's called clam, but it's the same exercise. Now we add the leg extension. So open, extend from the knee, feet back together, knees back together. Open, extend from the knee, feet back together, knees back together. 3, extend, bend, knees together. 2, extend, bend, knees back together. And 1, extend, bend, knees back together and push all the way back up, this time with your left shin in front, or whichever leg was the top leg of the oyster. Take a time to get the legs so the shins lie parallel with each other. You might even just sit up and that might be enough of a stretch. I can certainly feel that. You could take a little forward bend and get a bit deeper. You might find one side is a lot different to the other. And then make your way up. Place the feet flat on the floor, hands behind, and lift into reverse tabletop. On top of a table, how apt. Lift your hips. I don't advocate doing your practice at home on a tabletop. This is out of necessity, and it's very sturdy. Lower your bottom back down, turn your toes out and shift forwards into a squat, so elbows can come inside the knees. Don't worry if the heels float off the floor, but heels down if you can. And then we're just straightening the legs so your hands can come to the floor while you straighten your legs and turn your toes forwards. Bow forwards over your legs, hold on to opposite elbows. Knees can be slightly bent still. And then take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers and try straightening your arms so your knuckles reach up toward the sky. Your shoulders roll away from your ears. Hold that a couple more breaths. And then bend your legs so your torso rests on your thighs. Bring your arms behind your back and look forward slightly. So your torso now is parallel to the floor. And as you undo your fingers, start reaching your arms forwards, your hips push back further. Arms behind, you shift your weight forwards a little. Arms in front, shift your weight back. Try and keep your torso parallel to the ground as you just shift your weight back and forwards with the movement of your arms. 2 more. Exhale back. Inhale forwards. 1 more. Exhale back. Inhale forwards. Exhale, arms in front, and then push through your legs all the way up to standing. I'm going to step back slightly, but you can stay at the front of your mat. Arms up above. And then take your left hand down to your belly. Firm your belly behind your hand. Lengthen your tailbone and then side bend across to the left. And your hand on the tummy is checking that the belly stays in and firm and supportive. Keep reaching down through both legs with strength. Come up and bring your right arm down, your left arm up, hand on your belly, firm your belly, and then take a side bend over, keeping a nice firm belly as you side bend. Feel almost like your abdomen is trying to retract away from your hand. Come back up. Take the left arm down by your side, right arm up. Imagine your hand on your belly as you side bend over. Keep the belly firm, root down through both legs, and then float your left arm out wide to the side and up by your ear, and then back down by your side again. So you're side bending with the left arm lifting up and down. Feel strong in your core to support the side bend with arm lift. 1 more time. When your arm comes up this time, come all the way up. And then bring your left arm down by your side. And then let's side bend over and firm in the belly like you did when you had your hand on your tummy. And then lift your arm up by your right ear, back down by your side. Firm through both legs, right arm and down. Lift right arm and down. Lift. Lower, and then this time as your arm lifts, everything comes up. And then bend your knees a little and swoop your arms by your side and back up again. Bend your knees, swoop your arms and bend a bit further forwards. Each one you do, bend a little further forwards with your torso. Stay strong in your legs until the point where you're almost swooping your arms up so your fingertips point to the ceiling when you're in the forward bend. aura cleanses. Imagine you're using your arms to cleanse through your auric field, your energy field. Inhale up, exhale, swoop. Inhale up, 2 more. Exhale, swoop. Arms up, pause, and then bow forwards as your arms come down, hands to the floor. Take your left leg back, slightly more on the left side of the mat, and then turn the heel to the ground so that your heel's on the middle line of the mat. Come up. Your front knee stays bent, your back heel is pressed down to the ground, and then take your both arms up. Turn the left hip and the left armpit forward slightly so that they match the right hip and the right armpit. Keep the front knee bent and keep the back leg firm and straight. Take your arms behind, interlace your fingers, look to the left corner of your mat, turn your torso to the left corner of your mat and bow to it. Try and get inside your right knee, and as your head falls, look to the back right corner of the mat. Knuckles toward the ceiling, shoulders away from ears. As you undo your arms, take your left hands down to the floor along the left side of the mat, lift the left heel and open your right arm into a twist. Push long and straight through the back leg. Turn the left ribs under more. Now you're going to wriggle your right foot down the right edge of the mat. Turn onto the outer edge of your left foot for side plank. Keep wriggling your right foot down. You can keep it in front of you for support, or you can take it all the way down until both legs are straight. Bend the bottom leg so your left knee comes down onto the mat. Bring your right foot back so it lines up with your left hand, left knee, right foot, all lining up with each other. Now you're going to press into your right foot and your left hand and try and lift the left knee up to squeeze to your inner right thigh. Tap your knee down, squeeze up. Tap down, squeeze up. Keep pressing down through your left arm so that you don't collapse. Reach long through the top of your head. 5 more. 5, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee to the floor and then come up. And as you come up, take a side bend, left arm to the sky. Slide your right hand down the outside of your right leg. Keep your hips pressing forward slightly, the belly firm. As you come up, interlace your hands behind your head. Take a little lean to the left and then back up to center. So working your core. As you lean to the left, keep your bottom tucked slightly. So avoid pushing your bottom back. 3 more. Lean, lift. 2, 1. Back up to center. Hands down onto the floor in front of you. Lower to your forearms if you can. Keep your right foot flat on the ground and point your sit bones upwards toward the ceiling so you get nice and long in your back. Feel a stretch on your inner right thigh. As you come back up onto straight arms, walk your hands around back up to the top of your mat. Turn your back leg round with you. Turn on the knee. So you've still got your right leg straight. Balance on your left knee, your right hand, and lift opposite arm and opposite leg off the ground. So right leg, left arm are lifted. Hug the waist in slightly, as if you've got a big hammock wrapped underneath your ribs and your belly, and it's just lifting you just enough to support you, like it's almost about to lift you away from the ground. Bring your hand and leg back down to the floor. Downward facing dog. Pedal the heels, 1 up, 1 down to even out the legs. While your heels are walking out, walk your feet forwards up to the top of the mat. And bow forwards over your legs. And take a big step back with your right leg. So the back heel turns to the floor. And then come up. From here, take both arms up, keep the bend in your left knee. Try and press more toward the outside edge of your right foot. And really firm your inner right thigh against your bone. Look to the left corner of your mat, interlace your hands behind, and bow to the look to the right corner of your mat and bow to the right corner of your mat. As you bow down, try and get your shoulder inside the knee and look down to the back left corner as you bow. Keep the legs steady, keep the front knee bent. You're trying to get inside the front knee as you bend down. Come a little way up, release your right hand down to the floor, lift the right heel and twist. You might need to wriggle the right foot back a little so you get nice and long through that back leg. Turn your right ribs under, maybe look up. And then start wriggling your left foot down the edge of the mat. Turn onto the outside edge of the right foot for side plank. You can leave your left foot there for support or keep wriggling it down until it is straight. Both legs straight inside plank. I'm staggering the legs, but you can stack them if you prefer. Going cautiously with my balance, seeing as I'm up on a table. Dropping your right knee down to the floor and checking that your foot, knee and hand are all in line with each other. Flatten the left foot to the ground. So we're pressing into the left foot, right hand, and squeeze your right knee up and down. Try and get the inner thighs to squeeze together and then down. Squeeze, down. Tap up, tap down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee down. Once you're balanced on the knee, come up, take a side bend, right arm up in the air. Upright with your torso, hands behind the head, little side bend down to the right. And center. Dip. Keep the spine nice and long and avoid your bottom poking back. So you want to keep the tailbone tucked slightly. Imagine your hand on your belly. Just 2 more. 2. And 1. And then place your hands onto the floor in front of you. Point the tailbone, sit bones up, and try dropping onto your forearms or just stay on straight arms if that works better for you. Back up onto straight arms again. Walk your hands around toward the top of your mat, turning your left foot round to the floor, turn on your right knee. Good, and then we're doing that little balance again. So you want to lift your left leg, right arm, balancing on the hand and knee on floor. Imagine a hammock wrapping under your ribs, holding in your belly, keeping you level as it lifts you. So left hip looking to the floor as the leg lifts. And then hand and foot back down, downward facing dog, pedal out your heels. Great stuff. So that was all a good job done there. Let's get into a bit of core work. Walk your feet toward the top end of your mat. And then lower your bottom down to sitting. We'll come into the classic series of 5 Pilates abdominal exercises. So if you roll down onto your back, bring your right knee into your chest and keep your head and shoulders lifted off the floor. Right hand on right ankle, left hand on the knee or shin. Firm your belly with length in the tailbone. And then extend out the left leg. So single leg stretch to begin with. We go 8, 8. Inhale, exhale. 6, 5. Keep the pelvis steady. Neutral pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Double leg stretch. Both knees come in, hands to ankles. And then again, extend out. Circle your arms around back to the ankles. As you extend out, if it's a bit strong, because this is more powerful, then just do a single leg extending. 5, as you extend out, try and keep the back of the chest lifted. Try and hollow down in the belly. 3, 2, 1. Knee stay in. Straighten your right leg up. Straighten the left leg away from the ground. Scissors, double pull, double bounce. Switch. Exhale, exhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale, feet are pointed. Switch. Switch. You can't straighten your leg up, it's fine. Let it bend a little as it comes in. 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Both legs come up. Hands behind your head, keep the chest lifted. Let your head rest in your hands a bit more and lengthen through the crown of your head. Turn your legs into Pilates stance and lower them down about halfway. And lift back up. Try going maybe halfway and a little smidge further. And lift back up. You go down. See where you can get to without the belly bubbling up. Couple more. And then we finish off with crisscross, keeping your hands behind your head, bend your knees back in towards your chest. As you extend one leg, cross your opposite shoulder to opposite knee, and then switch, inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale, switch. Rolling onto one shoulder. Feel the shoulder blade. For 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. To center, knees to chest, head to floor. A full body stretch. Oh, nice. Good when they're strung together like that. Makes you really feel like you've worked. We have really worked. Step your feet to the right corner, head and shoulders to the right corner, little banana stretch. Maybe crossing your ankle over. And then over to the other side. And then back into center, we're going to take a little bridge just to open up the spine after those curls. So bend your legs, feet to the floor, arms down by your side. Spread your toes, spread your fingers. Curl the tailbone up and roll your spine up off the ground. Let's do that 3 times. From the top, roll your way back down again. Massage up and down your spine, creating more elasticity in your spine and more length. Keep the feet firmly placed. Your knees consistently set so they don't get wider or narrower. Roll up this time, stay up. And then walk your arms a bit narrower, wriggle a little side to side so you can get your upper arm bones closer. Interlace your fingers, knuckles pointing between your heels. And push down into the outer and upper arms to lift the chest higher. Watch out for the knees falling apart. Lift the breastbone like it's trying to lift up toward the ceiling, towards your chin. And then release your arms and roll your way back down. Crossing your right ankle onto your left knee. And then some of you might bring the left leg in, hands behind the back of the left leg. Release that side, both feet onto the floor. And let's go to the other side. So now you're taking the left ankle onto the right knee. And maybe bringing the right leg in. And the right foot back down, undo. And let your knees rest together. Lift your bottom slightly, stretch out the tailbone, rest your hands on your belly. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Out through your mouth. And again, deep breath in. And out. Bring your knees to your chest. If you want to take a relaxation from there, then just lie out with your legs straight and take a few quiet moments. If you're ready to move again, then roll your way up to sitting. I don't even know if I'm on the screen there, can't see. But anyway, thank you so much. I've just turned the camera angle around so you've got a little bit of the sun rising to join you in whatever part of your day you're on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon.